Join hands.
Open your hearts.
Lend your muscle.
Be a hero.
Be a voice.
Be involved.
Give 10%.
Give 100%.
Give 110%.
Give an hour.
Give a Saturday.
Give of yourself.
Make a difference
in our community.
And think of we before me.
When we reach out a hand to one,
we influence the condition of all.
I would say our community. I really believe that we are all in this together, meaning if one area of the community is challenged, it does affect the whole community. Gandhi once said, you can judge a society by how they treat their weakest members. It isn't a great leap to say then that you can judge our community by how we treat our weakest members.
I'm involved with Aloha United Way because I work for HGEA, and it is so important for our members and for the community to support organizations like AUW who really make us special and unique in the way that we care for people.
I'm involved with Aloha United Way because I have a great job, I have a family, I have a roof over my head, I'm healthy, and a lot of people don't. And I feel that it's my obligation it's pono, it's just the right thing to do, because I feel grateful for the things that I have.
And not only am I doing valuable work as chair of their pension committee, but also now that I'm retired, it's keeping me current in my field of expertise and helping me stay involved. And I would encourage all retirees. They all have some skills and some area of expertise, and why not stay vital to the community?
Is if you ever borrow something, you need to return it better than you found it. And I believe that we borrow the community that we're in for the time that we're here, and we need to turn it over to our children and grandchildren in a better way.
Well, I've been on the board of directors for the past 4 years, and I think the reason I've stayed involved with Aloha United Way is really the great people I get to meet. And these are all kinds of different people. Some of the volunteers at the different events, some of the families at the Next Step shelter that I volunteer at, some of the kids that we work with at the Institute for Human Services, and even the AUW executives and staff that I work with. They're great people. And I think when you enjoy what you do, you reap a certain intrinsic reward, and that's what keeps me volunteering with Aloha United Way.
I manage a construction company, but my background is actually social work. I actually have a degree in social work. So this is a way that I can sort of give back to the community and maybe do a little bit of what was my passion as in my youth without being full-time at it, but certainly giving my time back to the community through the Aloha United Way.
I think Aloha United Way is very efficient and effective. Efficient in gathering resources, dollars, people, agencies, in-kind contributions, and very effective in putting it to good use.
Yeah, no one else has the fundraising ability that Aloha United Way has. I mean, they raise monies from anybody from the CEO to the guy in the mailroom, and there's just no other organization like that in this community.
And in particular, because we're an island state, we have a tremendous opportunity to influence our own destiny. And we do that by participation with groups like the Aloha United Way, making the community stronger.
You know, for me, I cannot think of a better way to give back to the community than with Aloha United Way. It's just one of those, it's a key part of my life, and it's going to be, you know, till as long as I can do it.
I work with Affordable Housing and Homeless Alliance on the North Shore in Haleiwa. Started out doing giving food out and helping with income tax when the stimulus came out because they don't normally file taxes. One day someone came in who was cold and wet, who'd slept on the beach for 3 or 4 years, and said he wanted to leave this world. And we got to talking, and he turns out he played guitar. And I'm also a musician, so this piqued a whole new interest in working with the homeless, you know. There's just so many very, very talented people who are houseless. Artists and musicians and people that can make jewelry, and they needed to have an avenue or a way to kind of get that out. And they didn't have anything, not even an instrument. So homeless people repairing instruments I've picked up at the yard sales. And we've played quite a few places. We played the Willows for weddings, Pokai Bay Military. We played on stage on Kapahulu, Easy Grinds, Kainoas in Haleiwa, and it's an opportunity for homeless people to feel, they have some dignity, you know. And so it's been quite successful, and it's a lot of fun. This is a design made by a homeless gentleman who's been homeless for quite a few years. He's originally from Texas, and he tried to capture all of what he looked at as Hawaii or Haleiwa in art. And for some, it's going to be a ticket back in, because if I can get the band going, and already they're starting to work, and if they can get 2 or 3 gigs a month, they can move in together as a group and rent a place and get off the streets. And that's one of the goals, as well as giving them dignity and, you know, making them feel better as a person. And I feel you have to give back, you know. The community, it takes the community. The United Way are like the community. They had the goods and services, but it takes people, volunteers, to distribute those things. And also to share my abilities with others and try and make people's lives better.
Being on it for 2 years in a row, it's surprising, I guess. Hopefully I win this year. It'd be nice, obviously. But I guess I've made an impact 2 years in a row in the society, which is nice. You know, just doing what I want, you know, doing what I enjoy. So it's not really a chore at all. I joined the Society of Young Leaders basically to give back to the community. As well as being with other young professionals. It's also, you know, a networking society as well as community service. It's great to be amongst people who are all like-minded just like me. You know, it's much easier to communicate with each other, as well as we're all on the same wavelength, you know, being in the same generation as well. One of my favorite events this year was actually our celebrity kickball tournament that we did out at YPO. It was great knowing that, you know, we're able to get the community together to all give back to Aloha United Way. It was actually to kick off the campaign this past year, 2010-2011. I think the turnout was great, you know, having celebrities there, but it was a fun event. I think everyone enjoyed it. It's a joy, you know, to see, I guess, the fruits of your labor, you know, whether we're doing a food drive or a school supply drive, seeing the after effects of it is, you know, it's enjoyable knowing that you're helping the community, helping children, helping the homeless, helping the needy.
If I could choose one word to describe Joanne Kealoha, I would use committed. She's committed to her job, she's committed to her family, she's committed to the organization, committed to the labor union, committed to the workers, and committed to people of Hawaii. She stepped into critical emergency situations to service the members, provide comfort and aid to the members, help them get needed services. Joanne is also a very aware person, and she's somewhat like the conscience of the union in a lot of ways. Tries to keep the union on the right course, keeps us on the course of taking care of the whole community, or seeing ourselves in the context of taking care of all the workers, and not just our members, that our role is to lead and to be an example. I think the members, if they were to say anything to Joanne, would say thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you for being there when we really needed help. And from those members, from myself, who've known us so long, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for all the people that you've helped. And I know that they wish they could be saying it to you also. Thank you, Joanne Aloha.
We're proud that because the situation economically is a little more difficult than it's been in the last few years, that our agents and employees have really turned out with big hearts to try and make whatever impact and difference they can. So even with lower counts on employees and agents, we're able to give more than last year. So it's just an honor to be able to increase every year. Throughout the year for Aloha United Way, we did things like kickball tournament, which was a first-time event that we participated in, which was a lot of fun for our agents and employees. And we did different fundraisers throughout the offices, things such as plate lunches and bake sales, dress down days. We made a cookbook with all the different recipes, and everything, all the funds went to Aloha United Way. If I had to give advice for other coordinators, it would just be to keep things as organized as possible. I know it's hard because we have so much other stuff going on and we get busy, but there's so many fundraising events and different opportunities to bring in cash for Aloha United Way, so I try and keep it as orderly as possible, organized on the sheets, put the change together, the checks together, and just all the small stuff that really helps it, so when you turn it back over to AUW, they don't just get a huge wad of cash that they have to try and sort out. I really encourage philanthropy and community involvement with the concept that every little bit counts, and so it doesn't matter how big or small your contribution is, but if you're really just giving with a desire to see the needs of the community met, that little amount is going to make a big difference.
Aloha United Way, their ultimate goal is to meet needs. They bridge the gap in government and private sector funds, and they bring charities to our attention that we would never know about. They give money and time and effort to things that we would never hear of, and that's meeting needs, and that makes them very unique. We had an Aloha United Way beer tasting in the spring. We had a brewery come over from Kauai and present their beers, and And then we had a real good turnout. It was a lot of fun. In the office, we did a chili throwdown. It was sponsored by the safety department. We had a lot of people bring in their fare, and we had a winner, and it was a lot of fun. And in the fall, we do an annual wine tasting for Aloha United Way, and this last year it was a Spanish wine tasting. So we had wonderful wines from Spain, we had some nice cava champagnes, and we paired it all up with some Spanish food, and we're very proud of what we did. One of the things we're going to be doing this year is we're going to be doing the hallway golf again. That's a lot of fun. We turn our office into a miniature golf course, and we have clear winners. We have our management team will play special holes, and they play for money that gets donated to Aloha United Way. So it's a very fun event. Nordic PCL is very unique. It really starts from the top down. The board of directors of our company, our local management, they encourage us as individuals to be involved. You know, no matter how small or how large, they encourage us to be involved. And I think it speaks volumes about who we are as a company and as individuals.
You know, the nonprofit sector, I don't think we can operate without the collaboration between good community organizations, private organizations, business organizations. If there isn't that partnership and collaboration working, people can't get the things that they need, the services that they need, the food that they need, the drug counseling that they need. And I wish that everybody could be involved in a nonprofit organization in some way.
So the Y started partnering with AUW in 1919. We were one of the original founding partners, more than 92 years ago. And for the last 92 years, the Y has actively participated in the campaign. Unfortunately, the same issues that the community faced in 1919, we face 92 years later. I just had more than 10,000 cases as a judge in family court. And so I saw mental illness, domestic abuse, crystal methamphetamine, homelessness, kids that were totally disengaged. And so I saw firsthand the crisis that our families are in, that our children are in, and that our community in. So there's no greater need now than for organizations like the AUW. Once you see those kind of struggles, once you're faced with those every day, you feel a sense of responsibility to do something about it. And the YMCA is about youth development, it's about healthy living, it's about social responsibility. And we take that commitment seriously. So we're honored to have worked with AUW for the last 92 years, and we hope to do it for another 92.
Of course, being the Office of Wine Affairs, Aloha is our middle name. And it really means, again, caring, helping, being there to lend a hand, having compassion for our neighbors, our friends, our family. We believe that we as an organization practice Aloha, and we're very happy to see that Aloha United Way is also right there practicing with us. We really used a very simple one-on-one approach. We had 3 coordinators, and they spent a lot of time talking to people individually. They also gave out prizes or little snacks when people donated. They made sure people were recognized for their donations. So it was a very, very personal campaign, very one-on-one. And, these coordinators would talk to individuals about, what Aloha United Way does, how it helps their neighbors, their friends, their family, and how their mission is very closely aligned to the OHA mission. And that, by supporting Aloha United Way, we're supporting our communities.
To create a better community, you have to kind of lead by example. So I think people take their cues from what they see. So, everybody kind of needs models, just like kids need good models from their parents. So I think in terms of like my job as a chancellor, I think, it's to kind of show people that what I'm asking them to do is not something I wouldn't ask of myself even more to do.
I've been chosen to, assist in coordinating, but, the true heroes are those that gave to Aloha United Way. I'm just fortunate that I get to be here in this chair to represent the 400 plus faculty and staff, or as I like to say, the Leeward Community College Ohana, in representing them in their, due to their generosity, their kindness, and, actually it's their aloha.
When you have to try to reach a large group, you have to constantly, people are very busy today, and so I think people kind of need and don't mind being reminded, because sometimes things get lost in the shuffle. And so as much as possible, keep it on the forefront, keep the spirit of it positive, moving forward. It's all about getting out of yourself. It's really kind of stepping out of what you're kind of involved in and really think about what others may need. And I believe in the innate goodness of people. And I think people really want to help, and they rise to the occasion. And that's pretty much what it's been about.
Everybody in Hawaii should be involved with the community, Aloha United Way. If you take an example of a wheel, the wheel is only as strong as the spokes that are in it. If everyone contributes and helps Aloha United Way, we can make the spokes stronger, and we can make that wheel keep turning.
On behalf of the Aloha United Way campaign, we did a kickoff luncheon where we brought in Boston's Pizza that was purchased by the office and encouraged everyone to donate some cash for the pizza. And then we also had someone from Habitat for Humanity come to the kickoff luncheon. And then on a separate occasion, we bought bagels because food is the way to people's hearts in our office. To encourage participation in the AUW campaign this year, for our Spirit of Community Awards application, I actually wrote a limerick. There once was a firm on Oahu of 15 big-hearted employees. Without any past knowledge, despite going to college, they fundraised in united ways. With flyers and emails and posters, a kickoff lunch with a speaker, they learned of their ways that their giving would pay for local nonprofits and peoples. Urban Works architects and designers give every good or bad year. So small goals were set and surprisingly met with Aloha and 100% participation.
Well, I'm pleased that we're nominated again. We've won the last 2 years, and we hope that it's 3 years, and we're proud of that. I think the biggest part of encouraging it is that we really make sure that they understand that whatever they give, the company matches. So if they give $10, they're really giving $20 because the company will give what they match. So you try to sort of build on that they're really doubling their efforts on it. The coordinating team was the reason for our success in the last several years. Their enthusiasm for what they do, the passion that they bring, the excitement that they put into the events. And what they do is that they don't only just ask people for money. We try to make sure that we have fun events that people do. We try to get people involved in the community. We try to live that spirit of Aloha, put the Aloha spirit into people, so that not only do they contribute to the events that we have, but then also when it's time for them to give their personal donations, that maybe they're a little bit more inclined to give a little bit more. And so it's important that we, especially those of us that can give some, that we pause and we take time to reflect and we make sure that we give something back to the community. And again, Aloha United Way is that conduit, that avenue that allows us to do that.
Three, two, one.
I am not making the blooper roll.
This is going to be a tricky one.
Be a hero, be a voice, be involved. Okay.
Be a hero. Be a hero. Be involved. Oh. Be coordinated.
When we reach a hand, wait, is it just before me? Before me.
Give 100%.
Give 110%. Take it down a notch.
But we're not going to use any of these.
Oh, you blew it.
We did okay, but not great.
Oh, that's a low blow, man. Well, I won't get any coughing spasms. Oh my God, let me pray. Let Nancy pray.
Is there a way to hold off on the phone?
Aloha United.
That's okay, you're gonna cut it out.
And then we're gonna scare them.
How now, brown cow?
I don't know what's coming out of my mouth.
Wow.
Okay, where are we going with this?
Wait, can I ask you something? Like, I can say anything, right?
You don't want to go there.
La la la.
Woohoo, AUW.
And I thought that was just hilarious.
Really?
Can we do that again? One more time.
You want to do it again to get it more natural?
Can we say it again, or is that fine?
I gotta do this again.
Now I don't remember what I was saying.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you.
Get it?
Okay. Cool.
That's it. That's what I wanted to see.
Go home, Ray.
You're done, right? Done?